hope you guys have fucking, I hope your ears fucking hurt because we're fucking here. Woo! Oh my god, holy shit, guys. Oh fuck. Why do you have a yaoi battle? Why do you have a yaoi battle? Gummy, not in the fuck. This wasn't an ASMR stream. You're welcome, real Argent. You're welcome. I think if you ever decide to put my like stream at high volume, you might as well just ask for your ears to be broken. Okay, you got. Okay, Storm, Jesus! I wasn't even done. Okay, gotcha. Okay, as you can see, guys, gotcha roll. Okay, I gotcha. Well, okay. I haven't even. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Three. Oh, Jesus, guys! I didn't even. Guys, wait. Since I was modding. Oh, you know, that's Argent, that sounds like a you problem. I'm sorry. I can't help you there. Oh god, wait guys, I didn't even start the thing yet. Stop finding the gotcha button. Stop it. Okay, how many gotcha was that? Wait, I need to stop. Guys, how many got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gotchas. Okay, guys, wait, okay, gotchas. Okay, we're gotcha. Oh my god, hi Minky, hi, hello, welcome to my 2.0. Thank you for stopping by. Oh god, okay, gotcha. No, 10 does not get you a free roll. Okay, we have shoes, guys. Okay, guys, well, fuck, I don't know which one. Shoes. Okay. We're gonna hide the choice. Okay. No 10. You have the whole redeem for a plus 10, you bitches. Stop that. There's an actual, like, oh wait, shit, there is no 10 reveal. No, the JKs, you don't get no test 10 plus 1. Okay, alright, that's one gotcha. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many gotchas. How do I do this? Okay, here's, welcome. Where's my music? Why does my music stop playing? Hello? What? No, stop. Continue. Hi, I'm doing a 2.0 and I have gotcha involved. We're going bottom up first, guys. So this is a leg. Okay, we have one leg. We're going. Oh god. So depending on what it rolls, you're gonna get different parts of the legs. You're gonna get different parts of the legs because I chopped up my whole model and gotcha'd it, guys. This is how we're going to do this, guys. Just leg. It's just leg. Okay, so we have leg. We have leg. Okay. This is hangman, guys. Yes, right shoe and left leg. All right, right shoe. We're going bottom up first. So okay. You know what? I'm just gonna keep gotcha rolling. We're just gonna keep gotcha rolling. Jesus Christ, I'm not even gonna look at how many people have redeemed. This is just a. Oh my God. Okay. I get it. We're rolling. You can stop rolling now, please. I can't keep up with this. Oh God. I'm pushing the button. Yes, I'm being called. Yes, hi, Argent. Oh, okay, we got another R leg. R leg. Okay, here's the other leg. Don't you? No, I'm not gonna push it faster. I'm gonna push it slower. Now that, Oh, there is? Wait, how do you get mod view? Wait, where's the mod view? Wait, how do I do this as a streamer? Wait. How did you not anticipate it? That's okay. Belle can help us. Hand me the keys. Wait. No, it's okay. I'll get it. This no. It's okay. We'll get this. We'll get this. We'll slowly get it here, guys. It's okay. Also, wait, how do I get into mod mode? Wait, oops. Oh, test tube is for something else. Please refund. Please get your points back. Wait, oh, you know what? I'll deal with it later, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Please redeem the test tubes. Go blind and hair color when my new model comes out. When my new model comes out, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out, guys. Okay, here we go. Round 2, round 4. What is this? Round 4. This is roll 4. Roll 4. Roll 4. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. We have the garter. We have the garter. Okay. Okay. I don't know if this actually is a garter or not. Okay. All right. There's a garter. Okay. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that beautiful garter. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Look how sexy. Sexy. I have kneecaps, guys. I have kneecaps. I don't know if you guys can see where it is, but I got, yes, a garter. Okay. Perfect. Great. I was right. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that schmexy garter, guys. Look at my sexy legs. You like my legs, guys? I got legs. Can you believe this? I'm no longer half a body. Here you go. This is my leg reveal. All right. This is it. This is the stream, guys. All right. This is my new. I'm here for the gotcha. This is it, guys. This is my stream. All right. This is the This is my 2.0, guys. Thank you for coming. I hope you guys had a nice day. All right. This is it. That's it. That's the whole stream. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 But no, let me go back. Why can't I go back? Hello? Oh, okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Thank you guys for coming. Okay, okay, okay. We're rolling. We're rolling. We're rolling. We're rolling. Okay, we're rolling again. Don't worry about my other foot. First time I'm figuring out you don't. Oh, I'm sorry, Mickey. Yes, I don't have leg.
I'm here for gotcha.
What do you mean no stamina? Fuck you. I have plenty of stamina. That's why everyone's like, oh my God, Jorge. Oh yeah, it did buffer a bit. It was like, oh shit. Okay, you guys, I have pants, guys. I also have pants, guys. Ready? Are you guys ready for the pants? Are you guys ready for the pants? Pants. Holy shit. Oh God, that looks so funny. That's half of the pants. This is like, this is this is what happens when you have to see. This is guys. This is how much like, what's it called? How much effort that you need to put into chopping up a model. Okay, I didn't chop this up myself. My mama chopped it up for me, right? And so I'm literally just taking whatever she did. Honestly, bless her soul, she did such a good job in chopping it up. I was just like, Jesus Christ! I went through every single layer, saving every single thing just for this. And this is what my main pants looks like, guys. Do you like my pants? That's so cute, right? Oh my gosh, 10 out of 10. My mama's dedication is incredible, dude. My mama and my rigger, like, you guys, it's insane, guys. I'm so good. It's so pretty. I'm so ready, guys. Oh my God. But we only have like 40 minutes to do this, so we're gonna continue this. Hide pants. Talk about hot pants. Yeah, isn't it hot pants? Yeah, it's a little bit of a fun time there, guys. Oh my God. Oh great, we even got the back pants now. Oh my God. Okay, right? Okay, we got the back of my pants. All right, the back of my pants. Holy shit. Back of my pants. I don't think even I can't even see that. I don't even know what the fuck. Okay, I guess I don't think it's even showing. Okay, never mind. Let's pretend that didn't happen. I can't even see it myself, and I'm the streamer. What the fuck? Where is it? Okay, that's fine. This is okay. We'll just get another one. It's okay. Okay. All right. Okay. We got diamonds. Hey, guys. Guys, guess where the diamond is? Guess where the diamond is? Rare pearl doesn't matter. I know, right? Guess where the diamond is, guys? Holy shit. Oh my God. Where do you think the diamond's gonna be? Oh my God. I'm so rich, guys. Look. There it is. We're going from bottom top, RJ. We're going from bottom top. Look, I've gotten diamonds. Oh my God, look at my toes. I got diamonds. Holy shit. Perfect. 10 out of 10. And we're not done yet. Wait, where? Perfect. You guys don't understand? Perfect. Even better. You guys look very closely at my foot. The sock. Oh, here, if you can't see the right diamond, you'll be able to see the left diamond. Are you guys ready? Ready? Diamond. Diamond. Oh God, I'm buffering so hard. Holy shit. Diamond. It's buffering so hard. Oh god. Okay. All right, diamond. Nice. Okay, we have 5 more items for my leg. 5 more items for my leg. And what we're missing is we're missing my shoe and the rest of my pants and some arrows. All right, take a bet on which one we're gonna do next. Oh god. All right, hopefully we'll get pants. All right. Can we get pants? Will we be able to get pants? Hello, look, we're doing gacha right now. Shoes, pants. All right, we get pants first before my foot. Okay, we're missing just 1 foot. Just 1 foot. All right, we got one pant. Okay, here, 1 pant. Oh my god, look, a pant. Wow, I have half a my left foot is just uncompleted. My left leg is just gone. Oh, look! Yes, no, we cannot bring back floor matza. I don't even have matza to even, like, floor matza to even, like, bring back. All right, now we're down to 4. We're down to 4, guys. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Maybe we shouldn't do this. You know, maybe this is it, guys. Maybe this is my 2.0, guys. This is it. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed today. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh, patterns. Wait, I don't even know what this is. Wait, what is this? Oh, right, my pattern. Even I forgot what that was. I was like, what the fuck? What is the pattern? I'm like, oh, found it. Right. Yeah, guys, I have a lot of details, guys. If you haven't noticed, I have a lot of details. Okay. Now we have 3 things left on this thing. I kind of wanted to get the arrow first, just because you guys you know this wheel really doesn't like lefties. I swear to God. Come on, get the arrow first. Arrow. Oh damn. Okay. All right. We actually get the shoe. All right. You guys actually get a shoe. I hated that. You know. Oh, maybe it would have been an arrow. Would have been more funnier. But you know, it's okay. All right. Here's the shoe. Here's my second shoe. I finally got a second shoe, guys. Can you believe that? I finally got my second shoe. Oh my god. Welcome to the second shoe. Hello, Rio! Hello! We have the 2.0 finally happening, guys. Oh my god. Can you believe it? The second shoe. If you want to roll for gacha, we have a gacha though. My shoes, and oh my god, I did find my second shoe, guys. I think it was under the couch this whole time. Honestly, I can't believe it. Like I never moved that couch, and I don't know why it was down there. But you know, it's okay. You know, it's fine. No one needs to know. But I have shoes, guys. I have shoes. Holy shit, guys. Oh my god. Holy shit, the shoe. Oh my god. Oh, the arrow. Okay, all right. Well, guys, okay, all right, I have arrows. Okay, and thank you guys. All right, that's it for that. Okay, we're gonna move on to the arms. I think this is the arms. Yes, these. Actually, no, we're gonna do the torso. Let's do the torso. Nope, that's the. Oh, okay. All right, so we're gonna move on to the torso, guys. All right, so all right, place your bets, guys. I think that was all of it. I think that was. Let's pretend everything's fine, guys. Actually, how do you do mod view? No. What are you talking about? What do you mean missing some pants? I'm totally not missing some pants. Oh, review request queue. I found it. Wow, that's a lot of. Wow, I have all of them from Hydrate from last year. Jesus Christ. Oh, wow, that's awkward. Complete all. Okay, complete all. Whoops, I found it. Wow, there's a hydrant from a year ago. Oh. Whoopsie daisies. Wow. Ooh, that's a kind of concerning. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, now you guys can request the, yes, I cleared the current gacha. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's too bad I don't have tits. Yeah, I don't have tits. I'm sorry. Wait, I can't look down. This model can't look down. Oops. Don't worry about it. All right. Okay, now everyone can roll. Okay, everybody please roll. Please roll while we're here. 12 spins. Okay, all right. We'll just 12 spin it. Okay. What other pants? What are you talking about? You don't need the other pants. What other pants? We'll do. Okay, let's do. Give us the rolls. I don't know. Wait, I cleared all of it on accident. Wait, okay. How many did I have the first time? Wait, how many was this? How many inputs was this? Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 plus 7. 13. Okay, how many have I done? Okay, so we had, what's it called? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god, hello Marnie! I didn't even notice you were here. Hi Marnie! 13. Okay, how many do I have left? Okay, so 13. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we're gonna do 14. 14 rolls. Oh god, okay, 14 rolls. Here we go. Is this the torso? This is the torso. Okay, torso. No, this is the face. Where's the torso? Oh, this is face plus the torso. I won't do that. Okay, we're gonna do the arms. 14. Okay, 14. Okay, 14 rolls. Okay, here we go, guys. 14 rolls. Here we go. All right, guys. Well, I should have made it more expensive. Fuck. Okay. All right. L midstream. Mid sleeve. Oh god, this is gonna be fucking. What is that? Oh, okay. There's the sleeve. Okay, 14. Okay, that's one. That's one. Okay. All right. Here we go. This two. Okay, 2. Sleeve top. Sleeve top. Okay, we got the sleeve top here. Oh, wow, it's liking the left side a lot more now that we're rolling again. Oh my god. Okay, all right, do you guys see that little tiny little star there? Oh my god, I got poofy arms, guys. I got poofy arms. Okay, it's literally just revealing my whole left arm, okay? All right, okay, my left arm. Okay, my oh, okay, more puff. Oh my god, guys, I'm getting puffy. This just in, Oreo Kinkusha is now a marshmallow. Welcome to my marshmallow stream. It's a lot of marshmallows, guys. It's a lot of marshmallows. Yeah, gotcha demands left arm, guys. We just gotta gotcha it. Okay, all right. A left arm. Okay. we just got one left arm. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, did I put the hands in here, guys? I think I might be missing my hands. I think I'm missing my hands. Wait, L top sleeve main. Okay. Only arm. No hands. I don't think I put my hands. Wait, how many was that? 4. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Wow, it's really just demanding my left hand. Okay, all right, back sleeves. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wait, which one? I have 2. What do I have 2? Oh. Okay. Cool. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. Whoops. Y'all didn't see anything. Ha ha ha. Okay. Perfect. Nice. How is it? 5. Okay. 6. 6. Okay. 7 cross. Wow, this is really just all my left side. It was like, okay, we'll go right foot, left arm, cross sleeve. Oh my god, look at the puffiness. Oh, look at that puffiness, guys. Holy shit. Oh my god, look at the puffiness go. Oh my. What do you mean give me a I worked plenty on this storm. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. I worked so hard on this, guys. Like, oh my god. Okay, alright, okay. We got the cross sleeve. I think, wait, actually, I might have actually got my hands. We have to see. We have to see when I get the bear. You gotta get the bear. Let's see if it's bear. Oh, okay, we don't get the bear. Never mind. So you get the top left. Wow, this is like... It's literally just straight up just having my left part of my body. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we'll get the last leg. We'll get the last leg, guys. Okay, 7. Here's your 8th spin, guys. Here's your 8th spin. There you go. All right, perfect. Okay, guys. Here's your left pants. Okay, here. Oh, I glitched. There you go. There's my pants. that's my pants. No, I actually did not play a lot of FF this whole month because I was doing everything. I actually did not play a lot, okay? I actually was like working on everything. Ah! There you go. Do you guys like my pants? Do you guys like my legs? Do you guys like my legs? Here we go, guys. Isn't it beautiful? I don't need a torso. It's okay. But like, guys, isn't this? Look at how pretty. Look, and even even the puffiness, like even the puffiness is part of my outfit, guys. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. Oh my god, thank you. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. All right. Continue. I was crying. Yeah, I was crying to Bill. I was like, no, I want to play Final Fantasy 14. I had a lot. I had a lot. Okay, 9 pull. Okay, 9 pull. Am I finally gonna get a different arm now? Okay, we get a different arm now. Oh my god. Okay, we got the right sleeve main. Okay, all right, right sleeve main. Oh my god, I think I'm blocking it. That's okay. That's okay. You guys don't need to know that. That's okay. All right. Here, let me just. Wait, where is it? Did it come up? Oh, it did. Oh, yeah. See, do you like this main part? Yeah, it's pretty good, right? Wink, 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 wink. Isn't it so good? Look at that. Look at how main that is. Look, perfect. Perfect. All right. Okay, continuing. We got a 9. Okay, now it's 10. It's 10. How many did I say we had to do? 16? 15? I think it was 15. Wait, I don't remember how much I said. I think it's 15. Okay, all right. Okay, we got the right sleeve main again. Wait, no. I thought wait, no. No, I did. No, wait, no. We did the top main. Top main's different. Top main is a different thing. Now we have the right main sleeve. Oh my god, I got more puffy. Holy shit, I'm so puffy, guys. Holy shit, I'm a marshmallow, guys. Oh. Why am I like this? What is this? What is happening? Why am I so stupid? So much poof. Okay, we got how many more left? How many more left of this? Okay, 11, roll 11. Okay, I think my left hand is pretty much almost done. I'm just missing my like literal arm. I really don't think I have a hand, guys. I think I actually forgot the hand. Well, that's awkward. Well, 12. Unless it's bear. Come on, put it in the bear. Okay, it's not. It's okay. All right. Well, okay, we got the R sleeve top. Okay, 12. Okay, the 13. Roll number 13. Here we go. Wait, okay, this is going to be the moment, guys. This is where we're gonna know if I have hands or not, guys. Okay, ready? Okay, I did do my hands. Okay. Oh my god, I was so scared I didn't have my hands, but well, I did have a hand. Just it's just my left hand never came on, so I have hands. I did grow hands, guys. Hey, now we have hands, guys. Phew. Oh my god, thank god. I was kind of concerned for a second there. I'm like, because I didn't see it in the thing, and I'm like, did I not just have hands? What is this, 14? 14. All right, give it up for 14, and then y'all have to start rolling again. 14. Give it up for 14. Give it up for the back sleeve. The back sleeve. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is all planned, guys. This is all planned. This was me just being like, hey guys, you know, I don't know if I have hands or not. You guys don't know if I got hands or not, but I got fingies, guys. Oh my god! You guys are not ready for when I actually show my model. My fingies are a little bit. They fingy. They fingy. That includes herself apparently. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. I see nothing. You see nothing. I'm not here. What are you talking about? Okay, I've done the 14, guys. Now somebody has to redeem the gacha roller. We're gonna sit here for 20 minutes. They're kind of stump looking. Oi! Oi! They are not stump looking. They're like petite fingers. What are you talking about? Excuse you. My stumps are great. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. I can't believe you would say my stumps are stumps. My fingers are stumps. Okay. All right. We'll just sit here, guys. All right. I'm out of points. Haha. Okay. Okay. All right. We got to roll. We got to roll. We're rolling. We're rolling. See, this is why you should have Rift! Did you pull out Rift just to gacha roll? Okay, 3. Okay, alright. Top, bottom sleeve. Okay, top, bottom sleeve. Okay, alright. I'm clearing them as we go. Okay, alright, here we go. How do I clear this? Okay. I did completed. Okay, alright, so that's what is this? Top R. Wait, what? Wait, which one? R? Top R. R top. Which one was it? Bottom sleeve? Wait, what? Did I already do that? I think I already revealed that. Wait, okay, wait. I already revealed that. When you only did 2 point. Shh, don't worry about it, Storm. Cross sleeve? Okay, perfect. Pointicus is broke, that's all I got. Good. Good, Marquez complete. I'm trying to like bait everyone that has like a lot of points to start rolling. I know someone in this chat has a lot of points, so I'm trying to bait them right now. All right, okay, and then we got one more. Good. Okay, all right. Okay, oh, we got the bear. All right, guys, and now my left arm is fully there. That is my left arm, guys. Do you like my left arm? Look at that. Look at how beautiful it is. I'm so poofy. I love being a marshmallow. The marshmallow. Okay, that's my left arm, guys. I got lefties. Excuse me. I got a lot of left arm, guys. A lot of left arm. Oh my god. Okay, all right. Mid R sleeve. Okay, now. Oh shit. What do I do? Oh god. Wait. Gotcha. R mid sleeve. Okay. All right. And then we got one good old roll. Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah. What do you mean I'm mid? Oh yeah, I am mid. I am mid. Hello. Okay. All right. There we go. I got arms, guys. Do you like my arms? Ignore the fact that it's like attached to like ignore the fact that my body is not there. Ignore the fact that I don't have a torso. That's okay. Here's my torso. Here's my torso, guys. Perfect. Isn't this perfect? I'm attached to the void. Yeah, yeah, exactly. My top is just painted in just so like the blackest of the black that only like that one artist can like make, you know, because it's copyrighted, you know. And then this is it. This is the blackest of the black, guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my torso was collected, you know, like oopsie daisies. Okay, we're gonna move on to the bottom the bottom half. Ooh, okay. We're just not gonna have a torso because I made the torso with my face. So we're gonna tease you guys. You guys are not gonna get my face. We're gonna get everything else instead, guys. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, we have 2 more rolls to go through. Okay, here we go. Let's go through this, guys. Okay. No one gets the face. We get no face reveal, guys. I'm sorry. This is just a back hair reveal. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Back hair reveal. All right. Nice. Completed. Okay. All right. Oh shit. That looks so weird. Oh god, I'm lagging. Oh god, I'm lagging. Oh god, oh shit, is my audio lagging? Or is this just my VTube studio? Oh god, oh whoopsie daisies. Yeah, this is welcome to the stream, guys. I hope you guys like it here. I am the Oreo type. Can you shut this to why I just have a lot of the things for the things, and so the thing is dying. Oh no, too many. Oh no, I have a neck. God, what the fuck is wrong with my neck? Holy shit, oh my god, everything is dying a bit. Oh shit, oh god, okay, alright, whoopsie daisies. Okay, no, I think the oh no, okay, that's awkward. Alright, well, we're gonna have to get rid of the... Okay, so, I guess I have to get rid of my legs and my arms. They were like, Ori number 1 was too, Ori number 2 was too powerful in her full form, so we have to take her off of that. So, hello, thank you, Arza Leg. Welcome to the stream. My name is Ori. I'm doing a model reveal, but clearly my computer cannot handle the powerness of my model, so I have to turn off my lower body. So I guess I don't debut with leg, guys. I guess I just don't have legs. Sag, or this is it, guys. Confirmed. Oreo has no legs. I just don't have legs, guys. I'm sorry you guys had to find out this way. I just don't have legs. Yeah, good old disembodied head. You know, that's my neck. You know, does my neck look pretty, guys? Isn't it so pretty, guys? I hope you enjoy my neck. It's so good, guys. 10 out of 10. Oh my god, such a pretty neck. Like, look at that. Look at how beautiful. Look how slender my neck is. Oh my god. Look at... Oh my god. I would like to, like, murder myself for saying that and doing that. Please murder me. I would, Okay. All right, we're gonna roll for Gumi. Here we'll go. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Here's the... Here we go. Oh, okay, we got the belt. Oh, okay. Wait, this can't make any sense. I have no legs now. I can't. Oh, how am I gonna do this? Okay, now it's a floating belt, guys. Okay, all right. We'll just. Okay, and then look. Okay, all right. We're done with the rolls. What do you mean you're gonna clip? No, don't clip that. Yame aside. Okay, well I have a belt. Okay, now you guys can use the belt as an indicator of where. Oh my god. What do you mean you can't see you can scam us with... Who the fuck? Who the fuck is named? Why must you scam us like that? Did you make a whole ass new account? Excuse me? Ain't no way this is actually like a new person. Who the fuck? When did you make your account, sir? Hello? Wait, no. This legit cannot be. Wait, no. I can't. No. This is bullshit. I don't think this is actually. No. Who are you? You did not just make a whole ass new account just to get points. Oh hell no. Why are you named? Why must you scammed us? Oh god, why would you clip that? Oh god, okay, alright. Oh, okay, alright, nice. Okay, we're out of points, guys. Somebody redeem points. Somebody redeem some gacha rolls, please. Please. Damn it, you win me at that. Oh no. That was getting the clip the minute I heard that. No! No! Why must you do this? Oh my god. Wait, did you just make a second account just to freaking like, oh, thank you, I just hydrated. Thank you, Tyler. But did you make a second account just to farm points? I swear to god. Oh my god. Oh, hello, Roki. Hello. Welcome. Thank you. Oh my god, the points are coming. Oh my god, here we go. Okay, we're rolling some points. Okay, we got Argent's roll. Okay, oh, we got the belt chain. Hello, welcome to my 2.0. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, is the chain sun? Okay, chain. Oh my god, look at that chain. Ooh, I got the Riz. I would like to perish from saying that. Someone please murder me. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going. Okay, we got 20 minutes before I gotta move on to the next segment, guys. We got 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes. Okay, we're rolling. Roll. Yeah, I got belts and chains, guys. Wink. Oh, I got my cape shoulder. Oh my god, okay, alright. The shoulder of my capes, okay, alright. And then we're gonna do one more roll, one more. It's been 20 minutes for the last 40. What are you talking about? What are you? Oh, the chords, not the chords. There's actually something very, very important in here that you guys should see. Oh, okay, and it looks like we're done with rolls. Oh no. Ooh, you guys didn't get the hat. Ooh, the hat was a good one. Ooh, I guess we just won't see the hat, guys. I guess. It was nice knowing you guys. I guess we won't see the hat. Well, I guess until we can get it. Okay, all right, yay! oh, okay. Here comes the gotcha rolls. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, all right. Here we go. Hat. Ooh, no hat for you guys. Ooh, you've seen the hat? Oh yeah, Arjun has seen the hat. Never mind. Oh, where's the cape? Wait, where's my cape? Wait, where did I put the cape? Oh, I don't think I put the cape. Oops. Cape. There we go. I'll put the cape. Oh my god, guys, look, I got a cape. Oh my god, guys, look. I have a cape. Holy shit, can you believe it? I have a cape. Oh my god, who the fuck? Oh, wait, no. Oh shit, wait, what? How do I close this? Can I close this? Oh, no. I don't know who is making new accounts and making their name? I don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me! Who the fuck? Whom's the fuck? Hey, boy. Hey, stop that. Yamenasai. Yamenasai. Who the fuck? Okay, I hope you like me. Oh my god, what the fuck? Sir, why are you making new accounts? Stop that. Is it the hat? It's the hat, guys. It's the hat, guys. Are you ready for this? Are you guys ready for it? Are you guys ready for the hat? You guys are not. Excuse me, you guys are not ready for the hat, guys. Look at the hat. This is my killing charming point. Who are you? Why are you making different accounts? Why are you doing this? Guys, you should totally see it, guys. Ready? Are you guys ready? You guys aren't ready. You guys not ready. Not ready. You guys, are you ready? Are you ready? Alright, thank you guys for coming to today's stream. I hope you guys have a nice day, guys. I hope you guys I hope you guys have a nice day. Thank you guys for coming. Okay. We're going back. Oh, why is it not going back? It's the hat! It's the hat! Look at that hat! Look at how cute it is! Look at the hat! Look at it go! Look how cute it is! Oh my god, look at how pretty it is. Look, bask in the glory of how pretty that hat is. Look at that hat! Look at it go! Look at how so pretty it is! Huzzah, the hat! Look at the hat. Look at the hat. Look at it go. Look at how pretty it is. Look at that cool ass looking hat, guys. Look at it. I have a hat, guys. Yes, you should love the hat. Enjoy the hat. Love the hat. Stroke the hat. Make love to... No, don't make love to the hat. Please do not make half... Please do not. Please do... What do you mean too pointy? Shut the fuck up, Port. I'm a pointy person. What do you mean? Super Ori. Yes, I am the Super Ori. Hello. Hat flips. But, like... I do have a hat. I do. Well, welcome to my beautiful hat, guys. 10 out of 10 hat. Do not hump... No, do not hump the hat. Please do not hump the hat. I will... Yes, forfeit all your material possession to the hat. Thank you. All right, not even me, just the hat. Just the hat, guys. Just the hat. Oh, and then we have my belts. Okay, we got my belts. Okay, nice. First my neck and now my hat. See, sometimes, you know, you just gotta fetishize your neck and your hat, you know, in order to get the BRB cheers throat. What the fuck? What? I mean, I wouldn't blame you. I mean, look at how luscious that hat is, right? What do you mean no music? Oh, shit. Oh, whoops. There you go. There's some music. There's my music. Oh my god. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, whoever you are. I don't know what you're talking about. There we go. Okay, we got the back of my hat. Okay, we got the back of my hat. Where's the back of my hat? Where's the back of my hat? There's my back of my hat. Oh, wow. No, I turned off the desktop audio. That's what I did. Oh. Okay, and then we have the belt slash. Yay! Music is in on the scan. What are you talking about? Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, we got everything else, guys. All right, that's it. This is it. This is it, guys. All right, this is my whole model. Thank you guys for coming to today. Oh god, it's crashing. Oh god, it's crashing. Oh god. My thing just crashed. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, where's my arms? Where's my arms? Guys, I'm lagging a bit. Guys, I'm lagging a bit. See, I see, oh, it's crashing. Oh god, I'm God. Oh god, it's going. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh no. Oh, well. Okay, Oh no. Oh. Well, that's awkward. All right. Well, well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you. I guess we don't have a model review. I guess we don't get any model reveals at all in any way, shape, or form, guys. Oh, well, that's awkward. It did become a screenshot. So, guys, this is that's it. That's the whole model. Thank you, guys. It's not even a power. I'm lagging a bit as an understatement. The more the new Ori comes out, the old Ori dies. Onion powered. My PC was mid-tier, okay? It's not the highest tier, but like, it's if you wanna support me, guys, for a new GTX 3090, guys, I'd appreciate it. Like, oh my god. I'm joking, no, but like, it's like, welcome to the podcast, I guess. Yeah, hey, welcome to the podcast. My name is OVO. I apparently have no upper body syndrome. It's a really bad syndrome, you know. It's where my whole upper body does not get to render in any way, shape, or form. I am so sorry, guys. I guess this is it. This is the stream. This is all you get. Christ. Okay, all right. Are you guys ready for? I guess we have to do the torso. Okay, it's calmed down for now. Yeah, but if I... Okay, do you guys want the legs or do you guys want the arms? Which one do you want a body part attached to the torso? Because I can only have either a leg or an arm. So it's like either we have the arm attached to the torso or we have the leg attached to the torso. It's one or the other, guys. It's one or the other. Let's Rift is broke now. That's okay. Good. Let's do a poll, guys. Let's do a poll. Okay, all right. attached to the body? Do you want the legs? Or do you want the arms? Alright, here we go, guys. Which one do you want attached to the body? This is the most wackest poll that anybody will walk into and just be like, what the fuck? Alright, we got one for arm. Oh, we have one for leg. Okay, one for leg, one for arm. Okay, alright. We have the votes are coming in. The votes are coming in. We got 3 for arms, 1 for legs, 3 for arms, 3 for legs. Oh, and we have 5 votes coming in. Yes, Booba is there. We have the 5 votes, 3 for arms, 2 for legs. Can legs pull through? Will the legs pull through? Does chat have a leg fetish or an arm fetish? Who knows? Legs forever. All right, Port is now confirmed to have a leg fetish here. We've heard it first here, folks. We have a leg fetish here. Oh, we have 1 more vote for the arms. Oh, and then the legs come back with 1 more vote. We are almost tied for neck to neck. Oh, and we have more votes. Oh, and arm pulls through with a lot of more votes. We have 7 for arms and 3 for legs right now. Oh my God. Okay, and the arms win with a good old 4-3 or 7-3. 4 more votes than the legs. Okay, the legs will be disappearing now. Goodbye, legs. Everybody say bye, legs. And here comes the arms. Okay, all right. And the arms are taking a hot second to load because I think that might be the thing that's lagging the fuck out of my computer. Ooh, bye. Oh no. Why must you... Wait! Somebody's in here with 3 accounts! Wait, that's cheating! Oi! Oi, Dile. Wait, that's cheating. How dare you? Okay. I think the arms might be... Okay, I might actually have to stop my VTuber. Okay. That's awkward. Hello, guys? Am I better? Nope, I'm not better. Okay, we're gonna have to get rid of my built-in hat. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Hello? Okay, that's better. That's awkward. Well, okay. Well, that's okay. We'll just deal with this. Or you know what? You know what, guys? Let's do this. Guys. Let's do this. Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna just do this. All right, guys. Here we go. All right. Nothing wrong with. So it is you, Excel. It is you with multiple accounts. What the fuck? Excuse you. Oh my God. So I guess we get no arms. I'm sorry, guys. My potato computer cannot handle it. Ooh, we have 8 minutes to go, guys. All right, here we go. Throw in all the points you get, and we'll just go one by one, guys. Okay, ready? Here we go. Throw all your points. Go. All right. Here we go. We're rolling. Okay. All right. Here we go. Go. Okay. L sleeve, I think. Okay. L sleeve. Okay. L sleeve has been done. Okay. Well, that's it. I had 1 roll. I had 1. What do you mean you only had 2 in here? Okay. Who is why must you scam us like this? Who's that, huh? Who is that? Huh? Well, all right. I hope you guys know at 7 o'clock sharp we're gonna move on to the next segment. So if we don't get any reveals now, you guys gonna have to wait until after we're done with the next segment. So, all right. Okay, we have 1 more roll. Okay. Gumi? Is that you, Gumi? Oh, okay, we have the star. Okay, all right. And then we have 1 more. What do you mean actual scam? Go. Oh, okay, my nose. Where am I gonna get my nose? My nose. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. One. We got 3. Okay. Yes, I am bleeding you guys dry. That is the point. I must make sure everyone, next time I do an event, everyone's at the same starting line. Okay. All right. Perfect. Earring. Okay. Oh, I'm out of rolls, guys. I don't know. I'm out of rolls. We got 6 more minutes. Oh my God. guys, this is what you call the gacha rolls. This is what it is, guys. You see, we didn't even get an eye or a mouth or anything like that. Not even boobas. Like, oh my god. See, oh god. Wait, no, my Advil. See, this is the true gacha, guys. Oh my god. I can't believe you guys would think I would have a nice gacha. Oh god. Oh, my Advil again. No. Yes, I am bleeding all you guys while you're low. That is my job. Do subs count towards rolls? I don't know. I don't think so. You can't money that. That's not how gacha works. It's about luck, guys. Bro, what is this even? Hey, Chiro! Oh god, we have 5 more minutes, guys. Does anybody else have a roll? Hey, my mama had to cut out my nose, so that's why I had to put the nose in, you know? You have to, I'm showing you guys how much work it takes to chop up a VTuber model. All right, I'm educating you guys. You actually have to take out your nose for a VTuber model, like legit. Because if you have angles, right, your nose changes with each angle, so you have to make sure. What? That's exactly how gacha works. No, it is not, Excel. Shut the fuck up. Not in this gacha, bitch. You absolutely can't be doing gacha. Oh boy, does anybody else want to be bled dry today? I know some people are holding on to their points. If we don't, we're gonna continue. Ooh. Oh god. Alright, guys. Alright, I guess this is it. I guess we won't get the full reveal. Can we sell our soul for a roll and a half? I don't know. Okay, guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lower it a little bit. I'm gonna lower it really quick here. Alright, ready? Oh, actually, never mind. I'm not gonna lower it. I can't lower it. Whoops, never mind. Uh-oh, never mind. Oh, is that one roll? There's one roll. I am now a nose tuber. Open the damn. It really is a cone. Yes, I would be headless. Yes. Oh, my ears! Not even an eyeball. Oh, look, my ears. Oh, wow, perfect. Oh, 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Oh no. All right, let's see. Channel points. All right, here we go, guys. All right. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Where's the 2 point? Okay, gacha roll. Okay, guys. There's a discounted price right now. Ready, guys? Discounted price. There we go. There's the discount price. All right. Okay, guys. Roll while you can. The last 3 minutes. Discounted price of gacha. Discounted price. This is the 2.0 model reveal. What are you talking about, Chiro? The gacha. Okay, we have 1 gacha roll. Okay, 3 gachas. Okay. All right, here we go. 4 gacha, 5 gacha, 5 gacha. Okay. 6 gacha, 7 gacha. 7 gacha. Oh, okay, 7, 9. Okay, wow, I discounted it a little too much. Oh god. Okay, all right. Oh god, that's a lot of gachas. Okay, wait, okay, I did. Oh, oops. Okay. Marked as complete. Marked as complete. Side hair. Oh god, side hair. Okay, oh god, 2 more. Oh god, 2 more minutes. Okay, third gacha. Oh god. Okay, all right. Oh, hey, guys. Hey, you guys. Oh, here. Oh, is that my booba? Is that my booba? No, nobody knows. No one knows. That's not my booba. Oh god, no booba for you guys. No boobas. Okay, all right. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, we have a left eye. Okay, left eye. Okay, marked as complete. Okay, all right. Nice. You guys want to see? Oh, I'm coming together. Disc, it's not. Fucking Chiro. Oh my god. Okay, all right. Arrow number 1. Okay, arrow number 1. Oh, we have 1 minute left. If we can't get this, we're gonna have to leave, guys. Oh god, it's 1 minute left. If we don't get the booba in 1 minute, we're just gonna stop that there. Oh Oh god! Oh no! No, I'm joking. I want to continue this until we're done. Okay. All right. There's my R sleeves. Holy shit, guys! Oh my god! I have one fucking eye. I literally have just one fucking eye. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Arrow. Do you not see an arrow? It's an arrow. It's an arrow. Perfect. L waist. Okay. All right. Okay. There's my waist. Okay. All right. You like my waist there? Okay. Perfect. Okay. Rolling. Okay. All right. What is the arrow? You'll see where the arrow is. I think I might have accidentally put the arrow. Wait. Maybe. There's the arrow. Got your arrow. Got your arrow. There we go. Okay. Our waist. Okay. All right. Waist. Okay. Perfect. Rolling. Left waist. Yes, my waist. It's called my waist guard. Oh. The hair. Oh, okay. Oh, look at. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, I have fancy hair, guys. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, barely missing the booba. The booba's coming. It's slowly missing. It's slowly missing. Ooh. It was literally on the edge. Oh my god. Begone forehead. I'm finally no longer bald, guys. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, we have another gacha roll. I think we're about it, guys. I think this is it. No more gacha rolls for today. We're gonna get it, guys. We're gonna get it. We have 4 more. It's so close. It was so close. I am upset. And here it is, guys. The booba. The good old booba. Oh my god, guys. Okay, guys. Are you ready? Are you ready, guys, for the booba? Are you ready? Oh shit. Oh my god! Hello, guys! Wow, I don't know what's happened just there. Holy shit, that was so weird. Hello, guys! Okay! Hey, hi! Alright, so, thank you guys for coming. What I have prepared here... let me see if everyone's actually in here. So, if you've been invited to the thing, I would ask for you to go back into the gather thing. If you've been invited, please go back please go to the thing, please. I'm gonna explain the rules while everyone's trying to get into the thing. So here we go. So welcome back, guys. Hi. So we have what's it called? We have a game show today. What I did was I stole a bunch of my MLC friends, grabbed some viewers, and then we're going to play Scam Them. So, if you're a viewer, you can go ahead and also just look fancy for a second here. I grabbed 3 viewers. Hopefully the third one shows up because someone is missing. Someone is missing. Who is missing? There's one more person missing. Who is this other person? Where's the other person? Okay, found the other person. Damn, the other person decided to come late. Thank you for coming in. Alright, so I didn't really tell the viewers or the person that we're scamming what's gonna happen. So, welcome. So for today, we have a game show where it's pretty much called Guess That VTuber. AKA, I grabbed a bunch of MLC friends and we're all going to do a bunch of the same, they're gonna do a bunch of the same model and then you have to guess who is who. So for right now, they're all me. So you have to pretty much guess who is who, right? They all have voice mods, at least hopefully they all have voice mods. Wait, let me go ahead and, wait, I'm muted in voice mod. Okay, wait, let me go ahead and I'm gonna let them free really quick here. Let me free them really quick. All right. How do I delete this? Okay, they've been freed. Okay, all right, I have freed them. Okay, so okay. All right, and then so what we have is AKA the game where everyone is confused as shit. Alright, okay? So rules is basically you try to guess the real person behind the voice changer plus model. Like who's the real Zane Days out of the sea of Oreo models. And each round is going to be around 3 minutes, and there will be banned words / questions depending on the rounds. So if you ask them about the banned phrase, they are legally obligated to not answer you. Don't answer. Guys, don't answer them, okay? If somebody asks Zane about gacha, you are literally not allowed to answer them. Thank you, guys. And then the goal is to correctly find and guess the VTuber. So we have today, I have stolen all of MLC. We have Belle, we have Jason, we have Zane, we have Ren, and we have one more person, but we're seeing if they can make it. But we've stolen all of them. If you get at least 2 out of 3, because there's gonna be 3 rounds, you can either get one of the leftover 1.0 charms for free with that personalized letter, you know, a full Celtic with an in-depth roasting where I will literally type it all out and literally roast the shit out of you, or VIP for a year. Or you've had all of that? Well, shit. Okay, I still MLC and a bunch of friends, okay? Like, close enough. MLC, but, like, friends. Yeah, alright, okay? So, and then, round 1 is going to be to find the Jason free. So, round 1 is finding the Jason free. Alright. Okay, so, here we go. Let me go ahead. We're gonna go to a BRB screen really quick here while I'm trying to make sure that everyone got their shit going. So give me 5 seconds real quick here. Here we go. We're gonna double check this. All right. BRB, guys. Woo! Hello,
I'm on my
guys.
best behavior, I
Okay.
promise.
Hello.
Okay. All right.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Yeah.
So, welcome. This is going to be welcome to round 1. So, welcome, guys. We have our victims here. I have invited everyone in MLC plus Jason plus Chiro. And then we also have Storm. We also have
Hi.
Kamzor. And then we also have who the fuck is Dave? Who the fuck are you?
Who do you think it is?
I'm pretty sure Cam is Dave, and then.
Oh shit! Oh hi, Gumi. Oh,
Yeah.
oh I was like, who the fuck is Dave?
I was saying you called out everybody but Gumi. You're like,
Wait, I was like, wait, where did Gumi? I thought Gumi was Dave for a second. My bad. Okay, hello.
no, Gumi's a fucking furry, apparently. No.
Hey, what?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh no! Oh no! What?
Holy shit, what the?
Oh
Making
my
me deeply
god!
uncomfortable.
All right. Okay. So, welcome. This is how it's gonna go. So, your guys' as the 3 viewers, your guys' job is to find who Jason Free is. All right.
Oh boy, get to find that Jason, flee!
We gotta find the Jason Free, but you are not allowed to mention butter, rainbow, or coffee in any way, shape, or form.
Who's lagging?
We're all lagging, actually. I think everyone's lagging.
Maybe a bit laggy, yeah.
Everyone is lagging.
Yeah. So, what's gonna happen is that you can ask them any questions as long as it doesn't involve butter, rainbow, or coffee. So,
Okay.
wait, give me a second, and then if you come, everybody follow me. You get to go into a private area. All right, here we go.
Okay,
Perfect.
hello, hi.
Hi. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh no. Okay, hi guys. I'm just gonna talk from here now. If you go into any private area, you can talk with if it gets too noisy, you can just drag somebody there, and then there you go. You can be like, hey, hi, how you doing? And try to guess who's who. You have 3 minutes. And then after the 3 minutes, there is a voting area on the upper left-hand corner that's next to the X to interact. If you scroll out, you can kind of see it. When you guys are done, or if you guys think you know who is who, go ahead and vote. It's gonna take you to a Google Doc, and then we'll just we'll go from there. All right, are you guys ready? Cause I hella am not. All right, here we go, guys. I will be walking around and being like, hey guys, how's everything going? All right, and remember your banned word is butter, rainbow, and coffee. All right, here we go. Ready, set, go! Okay, all right, hello chat. So what's happening is that we're going to go ahead and see what's happening.
Oh Jesus, that's a private area too.
Everyone's good.
So today, welcome guys. So today looks like we have a. Who's this? Okay. So we have like a we have the condom Ori here. We have the mouse pad Ori here with a nose. What is this one?
Chaos.
What? Oh, they've disconnected. Okay, all right. We have the mouse pad Ori. We have the, what is this? What is this? Who is this?
Questions.
Is this Theo?
Because we're Jason.
Oh, this is so cursed. Oh God. Who else do we have? We have Carousel. Okay, we have the and we have the steaming protection Ori.
Question. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Okay, all right, perfect. Wow, look at how beautiful this is. Okay, okay, what is? Why is there boobas in between the milks here? Why is there so many glasses?
And that's Oira.
Oh, okay.
Decide who you're gonna ask.
What is this? What is
Hold on. Ah.
What the fuck?
Oh, they're getting confused. Oh no, oh no, oh god. Oh, hello guys. Hello. You, I'm gonna drag one of you. Okay.
Drag.
Oh, so someone's getting dragged. Let's see. Russian roulette, who's dragging? Who is this?
Oh god.
Who, can I, oh, I can't drag you. Wait, I literally cannot drag you. Hello, whoever this OEO person is. OEO, you're being dragged. No, not you, Gumi. OEO, you're being dragged. Hello, drags over here. Oh, hello, OEO. Oh, no. Hello, OEO, how are you feeling tonight?
Oh gosh, they're all so shy. Like, what the heck? Nobody wants to sleep with me. Like, I've been asking, and they're like so shy. I just want to sleep with them. I've been waiting for 2 years for this redebut for someone to sleep with me, you know?
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that through this this speed dating you'll be able to. What the fuck? Oh, time's up. Oh, I guess the time's up. Oh, hopefully you'll find somebody to sleep with in the next 2 minutes. I hope you have a good
sleep with me?
Okay, goodbye. Okay, guys. Wait. Oh shit. Let me just. Hello, humans and everybody in between. I hope you had enough time, and if you didn't, well, shit, fuck you. Please go over to the left. Please guess who you think it is. I will be checking the responses soon. Please go over there. Well, one at a time. All right. Thank you, guys. I will now be playing the interview for Jason Free right now. Here we go, guys. All right. Here we go. So we have interviews. Let me see. Let me go ahead and move to the interview screen.
Hello. Okay.
Oh no. Oh god, wrong one. Oh god, wrong one. Oh god, wrong one. Oh god. Okay. Okay, Jason. All right.
Welcome
what
to
the fuck?
the
Why is
interview
it? Oh.
portion. Welcome, Jason. Thank you for stopping by. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself today?
No, I don't think I will. Okay,
Well,
this is
shit.
Jason.
Okay, thank you for coming to today's interview. Thank you. All right, that's it. Thank you, guys.
boys. See you later.
All right, okay.
Call it a cut.
Sayonara, see, there Jason goes. All right, goodbye. Okay.
There I go.
Well, thank you guys
Good-
for coming.
good
That
on
was
me.
Jason Free. That was the coffee butter man. Not necessarily at the same time. It looks like
Could
he's coming
be.
back. Oh no, the producers are forcing him to come back here. Oh.
All right,
Okay,
fine.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Hello for a second time again. Hello, Jason Free.
Hello
would you like to
again.
Introduce yourself here.
All right, my name's Jason. I'm a cat, apparently. And I like coffee, I like butter, mostly butter, but you eat it raw, okay? And that's the best way to consume butter. And I'm an artist and I sometimes game. That's it.
Oh my god, alright, perfect. 10 out of 10. So I've heard some controversies about your butter. Would you like to
Boy.
defend yourself?
Oh, of course, I will die on this hill, alright? Eating raw butter is good, alright? You don't eat the whole stick at once, but you eat it slice by slice, you know? Enjoy the things bit by bit, you know? People are just so averse to this like butter thing. They're just afraid, you know? They're afraid of the truth. They're afraid of acknowledging that the butter is good. You should worship it, you know?
Okay.
So, to all the naysayers, fuck you.
All right, understood. Okay, I guess we shall hail butter now.
Yep.
All right, well, okay, now that we have your butter spiel, do you think that butter will actually give you an edge on today's event? Have you gotten beefed on today's event?
An edge. I mean, butter is smooth, so I don't think it's gonna give me any edge at all. It ain't no whetstone, baby.
Okay, you're not wrong. That is indeed very true.
It might give me a slippery advantage. Who knows?
Oh, that is very true.
It might moisten the throat, you know. moisten the voice box. Yeah, maybe, perhaps.
Perhaps,
Doesn't matter.
mayhaps. All right. Well, if it won't give you that rough edge, maybe it'll give you a slippery, nice, smooth edge instead.
Exactly.
Who do you think out of everyone today would you be able to imitate the best, though?
That would be a tough question. I think I could pull off maybe a semi-convincing Ren. I'm not too sure. I'm the most familiar with him, with his antics. He and I, we're two peas in a pod, you know? We're kind of similar in some ways. So I feel like I can
Oh shit! Wait. Okay. Wait.
pull him off
Wait.
somewhat.
We're gonna.
All right. You
All
know?
right. Bye, Jason.
All right,
Everybody say bye,
okay,
Jason.
All right. That's
Bye,
good to hear, that's good to
Jason.
hear.
Okay. All right. I realized it was a little too long. Okay. We're gonna continue. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna replay that. But I'm gonna show everybody first. Okay. We're all gonna take a guess. Okay. Hey. Hi. Anybody that's a viewer, please kindly move to the side really quick. I'm gonna show everybody. Please move down. Thank you. Storm GTFO. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh, that's so many people. Oh gosh. Okay, well, we're now that everyone has voted, we'll have chat go ahead and look at everybody here. So we have good old Oriri here. Would you like to say hi?
Hi.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, we have OVO here. Hello. How's your day going?
Is that me? Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I haven't gotten a date yet. Like, it's been 5 minutes.
Right? I know. Oh my god. I hope you find someone to sleep with. We have. Oh my god, what is this? We.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I just woke up. Oh my god, I had the best sleep ever.
Okay.
I'm doing good.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Okay, hello, Owiwa. Hello. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, perfect. Thanks. Hello, Oiro. Oiro. How you doing? Oh god. Oh god. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you guys for doing this. I will now go ahead and count the votes. You guys can go to your magical place and go get changed for round 2. I will be talking with chat real quick here and talking to some of the viewers. All right, thank you guys. All right, go to round 2, I believe. Okay, all right, and that was everybody there. I'm gonna have nightmares. Good. All right, we're gonna talk to the viewers real quick here. Oh my god, hello guys, thank you for coming. How do you feel about how do you feel about your guests here? How you doing?
I'm
I
very
couldn't
confident.
remember who was what, so I kind of just guessed, to be
Too
honest.
confident.
I'm just slightly confident, not fully.
Okay.
But yeah, just a little
Not
bit
I'm
fully.
confident.
about 50-50 on my choice. There's 2 of them that I
Yeah.
think I chose from, and I'm pretty sure it's one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right. So Dave ? Who do you who did you pick? Because I actually cannot tell who picked who.
Yeah.
It
It didn't give us an option to put in our names.
Mousepad. Okay. Perfect. Hello, Gumi. Who'd you pick?
I also picked the mousepad one.
Okay. All right. Storm. Who did you pick?
I clicked. As weird as this to say, I clicked the birthing one. Is what you put it down as, right? That's what you put it down as. I'm not wrong on that.
It's the one with the legs up, right?
Yes, that
Yes,
one. That one.
that is indeed the birthing
I
Ori.
couldn't-
That is 100% the birthing Ori.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes, it's 100% the birthing Ori. Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, thank you guys for that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see if I'm gonna go ahead and double check on them really quick here, and then we'll reveal it in a few seconds here. All right.
Okay.
Or actually, I think I can just ask them to
Alright,
come back.
bet.
Never mind. Or I'm
Okay.
just gonna ask them to come back whenever. Okay,
Oh,
but
alright.
okay. Thank you guys. Okay. Well, as you guys have seen, I should have probably I probably should have revealed it while they were still here. Whoops. Okay. Well, that's okay. Let me but yeah, that's the first round. Who do you guys think was Jason? We had the good old birthing Ori, we had the mouse pad Ori, we had the condom Ori, and we also had the steaming protection Ori. Am I missing somebody? And then we had the multiple glasses with big booba lippies. Booba lippies. I don't know what else to display it. But Ori, who do you think it was? Who do you guys think it was? I probably should have done the reveal. Wait, fuck. Maybe I should have. I think you were Jason into. How'd you know? Oh my god, how'd you know? What are you talking about, Sensei? I didn't do anything. Not at all. Oops, I forgot to. Oops. Wait. I forgot to do the thing. Oh no, wait. Guys, wait. Can you all send me a screenshot of your current thing, whatever whatever thing you have right now? Please. For the love of Jesus, send me like a screenshot of the thing. Thank you. This is oops, I forgot to do something. Oh no, I don't want comment only. Welcome to Scuff. Welcome to Scuff. Okay, actually. I'm gonna. Okay, all right, guys, we're gonna. I totally didn't. Oh God, you guys didn't see that. Oh God. Okay, wait. I'm gonna grab Jason. Wait. Okay. I'm grabbing Jason. Okay, so we're now going to reveal who is who. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go grab Jason really quick. Oh God, Jason, come back, Jason. Jason. Come back with the fucked up I mean not the fucked up the all right, please come back, Jason. I don't know if he's gonna. I'm totally good at this. All right. So for the good old Storm that voted correctly. Oh God, it's a foot.
Hey.
Oh God, it's a foot.
Actually.
God
I did.
damn.
Hey, let's go.
Oh,
Hi.
wait. No, he's a foot. Move, be gone, thought. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hello.
Oh well, okay. He's
Jason.
not doing the.
What's good?
It's not the thing, but it's okay. Don't worry. All right. So for Storm, that voted the birthing Ori as Jason Frisch.
Not Storm. You know me well, brother.
Honestly,
I-
your ridiculous naming conventions threw me through a
It's-
fucking loop.
Honestly, it's a matter of literally what it's gonna come down to for most of these is literally just being able to listening to how people talk. Like how
Yes.
do people say
Mm.
and do certain things? That's really what it comes down to.
Dang, you psychoanalyzing my shit. Oh,
For real.
oh
I narrowed you down to
no.
I've been
three,
watching
and-
y'all for
wait,
fairly long. I think I know.
I narrowed you down to 2 of them, and I 50-50'd it and got it wrong.
Damn.
Who's the other one
Still
you
got-
guessed?
No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay, cool. Understandable. Have a good day.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jason. Please send me a screenshot of your next outfit, please, and then send it to me.
Okay.
Thank
next
you.
outfit. I'm just concerned.
Oh,
But yes,
Can I
that's
go back now?
yes. Go back. Be
Can I
gone.
go back to magical land. Bye.
Yes, go back to
Okay,
magical land. There he
bye.
goes. Okay,
Be gone,
bye.
Jason.
Everybody say thank you, Jason.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm the winner.
Yes. All right. Storm has 1 out of 3. Congratulations, Patchy Patchy Patchy
Hey.
Patchy.
Hey.
Pachi pachi.
But yes, the birthing Ori was concerned when he pulled it up, and I was like, "What the fuck, Jason?" I was like, and I was just like, where did you get the legs? I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm wondering where you found any of that. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know either.
Yeah, where do you find those assets? I'm looking at it on stream. Where the hell did he find like any of that?
I don't know. I think I've seen that on Twitter before.
I see now.
On Twitter? That's concerning. I mean, I think that.
I see a lot of concerning things on Twitter.
Oh yeah, no, it's Twitter. That makes sense. Oh,
Eh,
yeah, that's
what is
understandable.
what is like not cursed on Twitter? Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong.
All right. Well, while they send me things, I'm gonna set up really quick. Let me just where's Jason's interview? Goodbye. Okay, Jason's
Okay,
interview.
bye.
I don't know.
Alright,
I don't
thank
remember.
you. Welcome to the interview portion. All right. Well, if it won't
Okay.
give you that rough edge, maybe
see,
it'll give you a
shush,
slippery,
shush,
nice
shush,
smooth
shut the fuck up.
edge instead.
Exactly.
Shush.
Who do you
Mhm.
think,
Oh, excuse
out
me.
of everyone today, would you be able to imitate the best, though?
I'm doubting it. But
That
it's
would
okay.
be a tough question. I think I could pull off.
I'm gonna set up.
Maybe a semi-convincing Ren. I'm not too sure. I'm the most familiar with him,
Huh?
with his antics. He and I, we're
What?
2 peas in a pod. You know, we're kind of similar in some ways. So I feel like I can
Wait,
pull him off somewhat. All right, you know.
All right. Okay. All right. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
I'm a little
And
bit
then,
preoccupied.
Let's see.
Give me
Who
a
do you
second.
think would be able to pull you off the best?
Ooh. They have several options. I think Ren could pull me off, but I think maybe Belle knows my takes too well, you know?
10
So,
out of 10.
you know, maybe
Oh, this is what I meant.
she could say some incriminating shit on my behalf. You know, that's all I'm fearing. So,
Oh God.
so there's that. There's that I'm scared of.
I cannot believe you guys would
boy,
do this
that
to me.
sounds like a good old fun time there. Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
How
well,
dare you?
Who are you fearing the most if they had the chance to impersonate you? Like, do you think Belle would say anything particularly bad?
Okay.
Oh yeah, she would absolutely say a lot of bad shit. You kidding me? With the amount of times we argue on stream, bro, she'd take any shot she could get. Come on.
All right, understood. We shall see what happens after this interview.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
perfect.
We'll
1,
see.
2, 3, 4.
We shall
5.
see.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. All right. Perfect.
Okay, so moving on to our next
And then
question here.
looking.
Sir, your glasses are kind of broken, sir. Sir, blink,
It's
blink,
fine.
blink 3 times if you need help. Okay, all right. Moving on.
Okay.
Ignoring that.
What?
Okay.
Help me,
We're done.
please. I am held in captivity. Take me out.
I'm gonna do another.
Do you guys see that?
Please,
PowerPoint.
somebody help.
Are they coming back? They should not. come back yet.
Wow, that was like a
Okay,
weird
wait,
dream we
wait,
had
goodbye,
going on.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, that was odd. I feel like something was possessing me over there. Ugh.
I know, right? It was like a desperate cry of somebody being held
It
by the
was.
butter gods. Whoa, that
Damn.
was so weird.
Oh.
Oh, whoa.
Anyways.
Moving on. What is like one word or like a few keywords that you think would describe you the best? If you said this word,
Dumb
Jason.
is one.
Okay.
Look, I know my position, alright? I know some of the shit I say. And boy, when I review what I say, I'm like, what the hell was I on, man? So, dumb idiot. That's it. I
Okay.
think. Oh, fucking hell.
All right, so we're gonna ban the word coffee, tie, and rainbow. All right. Perfect.
And probably butter. That's probably good too.
That's probably probably butter. All right. Most likely butter.
Likely.
Most likely butter. All right.
Okay. All right. Now that everybody's ready, thank you guys for waiting here. Okay, round 2. Welcome to round 2. Are you guys ready for round 2? Because I fucking am not in any way, shape, or form. Welcome to round 2. So for round 2, we're going to be finding Zane. Okay, so now we actually have for Zane, we our banned words, as you kind of can already kind of guess. It's going to be good old gotcha, GBF, and I was debating if I should put bungo, but like, it's okay. So, yes, Sensei, you are in here. Sensei, we're trying to find you, Sensei. Who did you think we were trying to find? I literally wrote it in the notes. Guys! Oh. But, oh my god! Oh no. I've targeted Sensei. But for today, okay, are you ready, guys? Wait, before any of my friends come on in here. All right, so we're gonna show you what they look like. All right, so for today we have good old Littlefoot. Our first contender is Littlefoot. All right, our second contender is Gangster Foot. Isn't it wonderful? Look at little Gangster Foot. All right, and then our third contender is Foot in TV. We named it Foot in TV. And then we have, thank you. And then we have Baby Foot. All right, we got the good old Baby Foot, but Gentleman Baby Foot. Gentleman Baby Foot. And now we have Couch Foot. Oh my god, can you believe it? It's a couch foot. And and then we'd have the voting time. So these are our 5 contenders. Once again, it's gonna be the couch foot, the baby foot, the foot in TV, the gangster foot, and little foot. All right. Okay. Now we will be going over to the thing here. All right. Can everybody please come back to the main area, please? All right. Including all of the hello guys. Please come this way. Please come out. Come out of the come out of the closet.
Okay,
Leave, leave,
okay,
leave.
hold on.
Go. Move. Shoo. Okay. Please come in, everybody. Please. Please come in. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, and here we go. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Hello.
I am gangster food.
Hello.
Oh god. Hello, Gangster Foot. Hello. Welcome. Are you guys ready for round 2?
No.
Perfect. Okay, hello, Gangster Foot. Would you like to say hi?
Hi, I am gangster food. I'll beat up everyone that opposes me.
Perfect. 10 out of 10. All right. Hello, Scammer. How are you doing?
Hi. I was about to say, like, we should be stepping on people, not beating them up.
Oh, you're
Oh.
I
right.
will come out of the TV and step on you. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you. Okay. All right. Hello.
Hello.
How
I'm
you doing?
Littlefoot. My mom's dead.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
So
Oh my god.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry for my condolences. Oh, okay.
Mood.
Hello, Wowie. How are you good there? You can come out of hiding, Wowie.
Oh, well, I'm not hiding. I'm going to be here, under your bed, under your couch, waiting.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Oreo, baby Oreo. How you doing?
well, I just want to sleep. I don't know why everyone's so scary. Why is Wowie under the bed?
Don't worry about it. All right, are you guys ready to go scam some people?
No.
Yeah, let's
Yay!
go.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello, scam.
All right, oh, spam. Here we go. All right,
Scam?
be gone, children. Be gone. 3 minutes starts now. Okay, go, 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 go. There
Scam?
they go. Gone off the scam and go, 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 go.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Cheese, bro.
We're all here.
Hi, we're all here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
So, does anyone have particularly strong views about nachos?
Nacho.
Oh, nachos. Nachos.
Mm,
Ooh, nachos.
What is this?
I like nachos. Pretty good.
Nachos are.
Are they like 3 stars?
Tree sauce?
Tree sauce.
Mm,
Tree sauce? Tree sauce?
Or chili
I
sauce?
think.
They are very different.
Chili sauce? Chili. I don't know what I think about chili.
I heard 3 stars.
I also heard 3 stars at the beginning.
Same.
3 stars.
3 stars.
Like a hotel? Yeah, 3-star nacho.
Yeah.
3 stars.
Not
Boy,
really
this is
fancy nachos.
interesting.
Yeah,
This is
it's
so
very-
awkward.
Above average nachos.
For everyone that's involved in this, I'm so sorry.
I've had above average nachos.
I just never had nachos. Ooh, under the couch.
Ooh.
Whose leftovers are you eating?
Well, every nacho is precious.
That is true.
Have you guys decided? Have you guys made a thought of who is who? Have you guys?
Is it already 3 minutes?
No,
Fine.
but I'm here to. You guys got 1 minute left. Go, 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 go.
You're scary.
Are you supposed to drag people into your interview or whatsoever?
Yes. Wowie, can you come here? Wowie.
Oh,
Come here.
okay.
Come, child. Come.
Oh no.
Hello, Wowie. How you doing?
Hello. I'm.
Are you okay, Wowie? Is it hard being under the couch? Does it hurt?
No, not really. It's a little comfortable, it's a little cramped, but it's the perfect place. You know, it's the perfect place.
How do you feel about being under the couch and then watching Foot in TV come out and potentially step on people?
Well, I think Foot and TV should potentially step on people, don't you think?
That's true. That
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Are you ever worried that someone will step on you? Foot in couch foot?
No, because I will probably step on them first.
Oh, you're right. You're smart. That is smart. Okay, well, thank you for coming in. We're gonna it's been 3 minutes, so here we go.
Oh,
All right. I'm gonna go like
okay.
make an announcement real quick. Thank you. Wowie.
Thank you.
Okay. Goodbye. Okay, here we go. Hello, humans and everybody that is here. It has been 3 minutes. For all the viewers, please go ahead and move over to the voting system. Everybody but the person that we're supposed to be guessing, please go over, or please, everybody move to the dressing room, but whoever is whoever we're guessing, stay in that for like 5 seconds before I call you back after everyone's done guessing. Okay, so everybody go to the go to the dressing room. Everybody go to the dressing room, and then while you're changed, please send me a screenshot as well of your new disguise, and then Whoever we're guessing for Zane, stay as your disguise until I can call you back after everyone's done guessing. Oh, I think
Ori,
everyone's
there's
done guessing.
No, there's a
Ori, we
problem.
can't.
What's the
We can only
problem?
access the round 1 guesses.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the option to go to the other
Oh
ones.
fuck, you're right. Oh fuck, wait. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Is this round 2? This is round 2. Let me paste. Save, excuse me. Try now. Somebody try now.
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up in chat if you can see it. Uh-oh. Wait, I need to fix things. Oh no, it's not coming. Oh god. Is it working? Hello? It's not working.
Is it still wrong?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Okay, I saved it. Okay, try that again.
Yeah, let's see.
Nothing.
Jason. Still.
Oh
Yes,
my
this is
god.
Jason.
Okay, you know what? I just sent this to you guys.
Okay.
It's in chat.
Okay, fair enough. Understandable. Have a nice day.
It's in chat. Go just shush. Shush.
Okay.
All right.
okay.
While that's
Totally.
going, we're
Just
gonna for stream, I'm gonna play Sensei's interview real quick here. All right, here we go. Sensei, give me a second. Oh no, wait, I didn't mean to do that. What is happening? No. What is happening?
Ah, fuck! Now I forgot which is
Hello, welcome. Welcome, Zane. Thank you for stopping by for this interview. How are you? Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Oreo the scientist. I am a tarot reader, magician person who scams people with tarot cards. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ori. It looks like your name here is actually different from what we prepared. Would you like to answer why?
The organizer's dumb.
Oh, okay, understood. Okay, all right, thank you.
And it's moving the background apparently.
I just don't worry about it. So, Ori, how do you feel about how do you feel about scamming your fellow friends in a few minutes here?
What?
You're about to scam literally all your chat and all your friends into believing that you are a different person. How do you feel?
This is every other day.
Oh,
Guns.
Okay, alright. Well, thank you for that. Okay, so out of everybody that we have here tonight, who do you think will be able to mimic you the best?
I don't know. I'm thinking everyone has like their good qualities, or like everyone like has that little thing they know more about Ori. So like if it's that specific thing, they'll like mimic Ori more. And then everyone has like their weakness in terms of mimicking Ori.
Okay, alright. Then let's say for good old Ori here, who do you think you'd be able to mimic the best?
I do not understand the question. Next.
Okay.
Repeat question.
If you could like troll somebody into thinking that you were somebody else who in like MLC and everybody else that I've like or the organizers has invited for today, who do you think you could like trick people into thinking that you are them? Like say trick people into thinking you are Belle.
I do not understand the question.
Okay, alright, thank you. So if you could pretend to be one of the MLC people or one of the people that we invited today, who do you think you could like pretend to be the best?
Zane.
Okay, perfect. Nice. Alright, when you think of Zane, what is like the first like few things that pop into your head?
Gotcha.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I will now ban gotcha for the rest of the.
for the rest of the evening here. So for good old Ori here, let's see what other questions did I have here that I totally didn't write down in any way, shape, or form, and we're winging the shit out of this right now. Ori, are you eating the microphone? Ori,
No,
Ori, Ori.
no,
What do you mean? No, I saw you eating the microphone.
no.
Oh god, I had a question in my head and I forgot what it was. Oh, we have a fellow commenter from our from one of your fellow conmens for today. From I believe it's it looks like their name looks like Ren. They say they can they say that they hope that MLC will be able to guess who is who. As someone outside of MLC, how do you feel about the bond between the MLC, and do you think they're going to be able to scam the shit out of everybody better than everybody else?
I feel like MLC will just know each other and like know who's doing who, but then I don't know if the audience will find out. If the audience are involved, I don't know. The other Ori gave me like a sheet to read to be prepared for this interview, but then I didn't read it. I lost it in my notes. So, you know?
Well, sounds like that other Ori person's a real dumbass. Damn, okay, understood. Alright, well, I forgot what else I was gonna say. I'm gonna have to cut all of this. Oh my god. Are you eating the microphone again, Ori?
No, I'm not!
Ori! Oh
Why
my
did I get
god!
standard?
What do you mean? That microphone was worth $100!
Oh. I want $100 microphone.
$100 microphone. Well, if you have well, I guess that's, you know, that's as much as I can think of right now. If excuse me. Is there something you would like to say to the audience or to your fellow friends that are about to go and like skedaddle people?
Can someone steal Ori's $100 microphone for me? I want it.
Wait, what? Wait, but it's yours, aren't you, Ori?
Goodbye.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you, Ori, for coming on for today's interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. Goodbye. Oh. All right. Okay. Oh, is that a different? Oh, okay. Goodbye. Oh, wait, I need to move. Oh, I don't know. Okay, hello, guys. Okay, so that was the what's it called? English. That was Sensei's interview. I hope you liked it. Did you guys kind of guess who it was? We'll go through it. We'll go through this one more time, guys. So this is we got the good old little foot. All right, we got the good old gangsta foot here. We got the foot in the TV here, and then we got the baby foot and the couch foot. All right. Let me go ahead and ask the viewers here what they think. All right, give me 1 second here. Oh, why are they throwing confetti at me? Oh God. All right, here we go.
Why are you doing that?
Hello, guys. Why are you throwing confetti at me? Stop it! Yeah, man.
Press F.
What the fuck?
F?
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. Okay, so let's see here. All right, I did see who you guys voted for. All right. Okay. Do you guys want to tell me who you voted for, Storm? Who did you vote for?
I voted for the TV flight.
The TV. Okay. All right.
The TV flight.
Okay. All right. Dave, who did you vote for?
Honestly, I've forgotten, but I think it was the TV foot.
Okay, and then Gumi, who did you vote for?
I am guessing this blindly. I'm picking the baby foot.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I will let you guys know that it's.
It's a little foot. I'm gonna be annoyed.
Okay, it's freaking around. It's flicking around. All right, it's good old foot in the TV. Woo!
Hey, let's go.
Dang.
So
Second
right
guess.
now,
My question about Mr. Secretary panned out.
Yeah.
yeah, it's good old foot in the TV. So, Storm right now is actually winning with the 2
Hell
out
yeah,
of 3.
let's go.
I think that actually puts you actually will get something. I did not expect this shit.
Hey.
So
Very
now
glad he had
Storm
Johnny
has
Us.
a
Can't believe she
Storm
did
has
this.
the ability to. Well, we're gonna do one more round because I set everybody up for one more round, and you can't leave because this is my stream. But
Damn. What if I just hit the X button on my browser right now?
you won't get
I'm
your
kidding.
prize.
I'm not going to.
You won't
obviously,
get your
but-
prize. Okay. All right. But yeah, that's the yeah. You were right. Shit, it's the foot in the
Thank you.
TV with Sensei.
I was say the way she seemed so confused about secretaries and what they were, I was like, huh.
Yeah, she was clearly trying not to say anything that would give it away to me, so I knew it was definitely her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Gummy, why did you pick Babyfoot? Do you have a reason, or did you just or were you just going at it?
One reason I thought Sensei is going to pull a what is it? A rants on me and be somewhat energetic, but I was fucking wrong.
I thought it was Littlefoot for a second there too, but you know they didn't respond quite the same way to the secretary question.
I guess the secretary question was the question that outed Zane.
Apparently.
The nachos helped. The nachos helped. They narrowed it down to either Littlefoot or the TV, but yeah.
Nachos.
Secretary.
Nachos. Yeah, we asked about nachos.
Okay.
About
All right.
nachos for some
Perfect.
reason.
Okay. Yeah. Kamzor and Storm did the TV foot, and Gumi guessed the baby foot. So Kamzor right now has won something, and then not Cam. No, Storm. Storm has won something, and then if Kamzor gets the next one, he also wins something. So I still don't get the secondary question still. Sensei's so confused.
We don't get this. Honestly, I don't blame you, Sensei. I didn't understand it either.
All
Mr.
right.
Secretary, how dare
Oh,
you?
it's a callback to the potion permit stream and Mr. Secretary.
Oh, the potion permit stream. Right.
Yes.
Mr. Secretary, how dare you?
Wait, she didn't even know
Steal
her.
my man.
I left him behind long
Left him
ago.
behind long ago. Damn.
I don't believe you, Sensei.
Don't believe you.
I did Sensei the
The drama. Oh my gosh.
Sensei has the viewer said a callback, and Sensei herself didn't even remember.
Didn't even understand
Oh
it.
my god! Oh no, the drama has escalated. Oh my god! Whoa!
Drama has re-escalated apparently.
It really has. All right. Well, okay. Well, that's round 2. Woo! We did round 2, guys. Okay. Woo! Now we have round 3.
Ooh. Hey, let's go.
I have new people to date in Rune Factory 5. Jesus, Sensei! Mood. Okay, now we have to find Ren. So,
Oh gosh.
introducing our
Ren?
players
Oh,
for Ren. Cool boy. Thank you, next
Oh, boy.
behavior.
Next behavior.
Thank you,
damn.
next.
Thank you.
next.
For real.
But so we're gonna have banned
Benjamin.
words. Our banned words is going to be mushroom and dogs, and literally
Of
any
course.
form
Of
of
course.
dogs. Doggy, dog. What's
I'm not
another form?
surprised.
Puppies.
No.
I'm not surprised husbandos are there. I'm surprised husbandos aren't there.
The
Just talking.
doggos are also banned. Any
Doggos.
form of it.
No dog, no mushroom.
No dog puns. I will punch you.
I,
No.
Rude.
Yum it.
Rude.
Yum it.
Damn it.
All right, and then we have oh fuck, wait, oops, I forgot to wait. Why is this not? Wait, whoops, wait. Technical difficulties. Why is this not? Oh, there it is. Okay, wait.
I wish the technical difficulties were surprising.
Okay, so for shut the fuck
Theo.
up, Camzor.
Theo.
I'm leaving.
No,
You invited
no,
me here.
no.
This is your problem.
So we have for our players for today, we have the Disneyland Ghost. We have the Christmas Gosu. We have the Evil Mafia Gosu. We have the Hello Kitty Gosu. And then we have the Killer Gosu. So here we go. We have to find Mr. Mushroom Doggo Reno from these, like, 5 different players, all right? We got Disneyland Gosu, Christmas Gosu, Evil Mafia Gosu, Hello Kitty Gosu, and Killer Gosu, all right? Here we go. All right, so I will now invite the Tomodachis on. Are y'all ready? Please come back when ready la. All right. Okay, and then we're gonna do a little bit of interview with them while they're coming back one by one. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh God, Ren saying help. That sounds about right. Hello, Sadu. We're doing a game show where pretty much I dragged all my friends to play a game show game with me, and they're all using voice changers, and they're all using the same models but different design to scam the shit out of the viewers. Yes. Hello. Oh my God, hello! Oh Jesus.
God, hello.
Oh my God, why hello? Oh God. Oh my God. Jesus fuck! Oh God, what is happening? Why is everyone sound like they Jesus! Why are you guys all valuing? Stop it!
Oh my God.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay, well, hello guys. Hello, hi. Would you like to introduce yourself? Hi. Oh God, hi. Hello, Weo. Would you like to introduce yourself? Jesus fuck. Okay, perfect. Hello, Weo. Would you like to introduce yourself? Why did everybody pick the high pitched one? Hello, let me in. Bearing all caps. How you doing?
Oh my God, man. Oh my God.
Okay, perfect. Hello, Julio. How would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh my God.
Is everybody just gonna be Valley while they're talking to people? Oh God! Oh Lord! Oh God! It's so cute! I can't! Ah! I fucking can't!
Oh my
Okay.
God, I can't either.
Oh my God! I know, right?
I can't.
Oh God! Okay, you know, we'll just let you guys go. You know, we'll just let you guys go. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Oh, yeah. Hello. Okay. All right. There you go, guys. I will thank you guys. I will let you go. Please go calm people. Okay. Oh my God, there they go. Oh my God, here they go. Go.
Oh my God!
How many?
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Oh God! Oh my God!
My stomachs are hurting.
Oh, this one's going to be hard.
Oh, this is,
Yeah,
oh no.
definitely.
Oh,
Oh really? Oh my God! Oh.
oh God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. God.
So, how y'all doing today? How's it going so far?
I'm so good. Oh my god.
I'm gonna die. Help.
I'm not making things better.
Oh my god. This is like so much fun hanging out.
This is so much fun. This is so like
Oh my god.
it's so great seeing everybody. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Where can I get a milkshake? Oh my god.
Get it, oh my god.
I want a milkshake.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, hello. I am dragging Ubio. Ubio, you are being dragged. Hello, Ubio. Drag. Oh my god, hello, Ubio. Hello, welcome to the interview portion. How you doing? I cannot understand you. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Would you like to say your name for me, please?
Oh, my name is Rio.
Oh, okay. Understood. Okay, sounds good. Hello, you. All right. Thank you for coming to today's interview. I will let you go. We have and we're done for the 3 minutes. I will let you go. All right. Again, bye. Okay. Wait. Move. Everybody, move. Mood, bitch. I'm getting. All right, hello everybody. The 3 minutes is up. Please go ahead and all the viewers, please vote here. Please vote for the streamers. Please just go ahead and stay here. We're just gonna review everybody one by one after the what's it called? The votes have come in. But I will while we're waiting, we're gonna go ahead and play Ren's interview because we can. All right, here we go. There we go. Where's Ren's interview? It's gonna be awkward for Ren. Goodbye, Ren.
Excuse me, Miss Oreo.
Still stuck on round 1.
Oh shit, you're right. Fuck. Wait. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Give me a second. Let me start playing the interview first.
Okay.
Where's the interview? Okay, transition. The Ren. Ren. Oh, what?
Technical
Oh no,
difficulties.
that's Ren. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Okay,
Get it
got it.
eventually, folks.
Okay,
Don't worry.
got it. We have good old. Okay, all right. Here we go. Here is game 3, round 3. Send. Copy. Where is it? Where are you guys? Chat. Here you go. There you go. Okay, you're welcome. $30, please. Okay, is this? Oh, I forgot to ask the names. Wait, I forgot to ask. Fuck. Okay, we'll just ask you later. It's okay.
How are you feeling about Con? Hello. Okay, we have good old welcome to the interview section. We have the good old Ren Kabute here with thank you for coming on for today's interview. How you doing? Would you like to introduce yourself to that?
Oh my god. Hello. Hi. I'm so happy to be here. I'm in Mama, I'm on TV. I'm on TV, Mama. Look.
With an average of 2 viewers. But yes.
Welcome, Ren. Thank you for your time and thank you for coming on. So, how do you feel about today's program? How do you feel about conning your fellow MLC members and friends?
Wait, what?
How are you
What?
feeling about conning your fellow friends?
Conning?
Yeah.
No one said anything about what?
Yeah, I mean, gently pursuing them into into pretending that you are really somebody who you're not.
Well, don't we do that by the daily anyway? So sure. Oh no.
Oh my God, we're secret. You know what? Is this the curse of being a VTuber? Oh,
Is it the
Oh my
the
God.
bane of VTubers? Oh,
Holy shit. We found the hack, guys. This is it. All
This is
VTubers are
it.
lying. We're all conning you guys. This is
we're all just con men, con women. Damn.
Damn. Well, shucks.
Well, say it.
Well, shucks. Well, okay. Well, now that we've established we are both con woman / con man / con people.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Who do you think that you can con and pretend to be the best?
And I did.
Like, let's say if you could, like, potentially, I don't know, maybe imitate like one of your fellow like MLC members and potentially get them potentially say some funny stuff in their image. Who do you think you would be able to mimic the best?
Well, you see, Oreo King Kyusha, con woman overlord, being a mod of MLC definitely has its perks now that I think about it. Cause, being in the sidelines and watching them do their amazing thing, I suppose I would be I would be a little confident in probably one or both of the other MLC members. Wink wonk.
Wink wonk. Wink wonk. All right. Well, thank you. We also have a extra guest that is joining here MLC tonight, and also just in general because I've dragged his ass over here. What about? It seems that you, Belle, and the special guest of Jason Free has been playing a lot of games together.
Oh, him? Oh.
Yes. What are your thoughts on the Butter Boy?
Oh. What are thoughts for the Butter Boy? It's just butter.
All right.
What do you mean?
Very valid. 10 out of 10.
It's just butter, no rights.
No rights. Damn. Well, now that we've established that Butter Boy gets no rights, who do you think, out of everybody that you're going up against tonight, will be able to imitate you the best?
You know what? I don't know if that's a tough question. Is that a tough question? Because I see what you mean. Like, MLC, we've been friends for quite a long time already. So I'm sure, I have faith that they can imitate me. Like, they are the best candidates to imitate me. And then there is the fact that I have also been playing with Jason Free. And this motherfucker would probably have a potential, but I think MLC has this in the bag. Bring home the bacon, MLC. 10 out of 10. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey! All right. The bonds between the MLCs are going pretty strong tonight here. All right, as we have Ren 100% believing in his fellow genmates, group mates,
Genmates?
genmates.
Club
Is that even
mates.
a way
What
of
do you-
saying it?
What do you mean, club mates? What do you think C stands for? Club.
I forgot that was.
My God, Zane, Bell, I'm watching watching you. We got this. We got this, okay? Is this even a competition? Why is this like football,
Yes.
soccer?
Yes,
What
it
is this?
This is a competition.
Okay.
Ren.
It is it's a competition. Now you hear that? You hear that? Zane, Bell, come on. We got this. We got this.
All right, but thank you, Ren, for letting us kidnap you and forcing you to do these wild shenanigans. Do you have any final words to chat or to MLC or to all the people that you're about to con in the next 20 minutes?
Hear this. Oh wait, before that, Oreo Kankusha, thank you so much for inviting me over to this interview. It's so grand. I feel honored. Thank you very much. Now everybody there out there, y'all, I want you to know, I'm watching you. I'm always watching. Always.
All right, thank you guys for coming for today's interview. That was Redebute. Thank you guys for coming. We will see you next time on the next interview. Oh my God, where did I go? Oh, here I am. Okay, hello guys, welcome back. That was Ren's interview. I think one more interview because I didn't edit the other one. But I think I have two more actually. But hello, yes, my name is now Oreo Kimkucha. But thank you guys. That was Ren. Okay, so what we're gonna have is we're actually gonna go ahead. Since this is going to be the last round, I'm gonna go ahead and grab all the viewers really quick here, ask them who they voted for here. So let me go ahead and grab them here. May I have the viewers please come up to the podium and tell me who you voted for? Thank you. This is how I get
My
people.
ears.
Okay. Hello. Hi. Welcome. All right. Hello, Storm. Who did you vote for?
I voted for the evil mafia ghost.
Okay. Would you like to tell us your reasoning why?
It's a blind guess at that rate. I don't know. It's just a blind guess.
Perfect.
Why? I'm surrounded. Help.
No. No.
Save me.
Suffer.
No.
Thank you. Gumi. Hello, Gumi. Who'd you vote for,
Hello.
Gumi?
This is also a complete blind guess. I think I picked the Disney one.
God, I actually
The
am
Disney
surrounded.
one? Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's see. And then Dave, question mark.
Dave,
You don't
question
pronounce
mark.
you don't speak the question mark. It's all about the
No, you
intonation.
pronounce the question mark. It's in your name.
It's
Dave?
Really?
Dave? There you go.
Right, I
Dave?
voted for the Disneyland Ghost, but I have a feeling I've got debated by a wild Jason again.
It wouldn't be surprising.
Okay, well, Disneyland Ghost, would you like to take off your voice mod and introduce yourself?
Get fucked!
I figured as much.
Let's go!
David, oh my god!
Debated, Jason. Okay, all right. Well, let's see who else. Let's see. Let's go with Hi. Hi. Would you like to review yourself? Would you like to take off the voice mod? Hello.
Apparently not. Hello.
There you go.
There you
Hello.
go.
Hello.
Hi. We have the good old let me where's I don't have a thing for Jason. I think I had a thing for Jason. Did I not have a thing for Jason? I do have a thing for
Wow.
Jason.
Wow.
All right, that was Jason. That was I have a thing for Jason. Shut the fuck up. You can't say anything now, guys. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
my god.
Oh my god. Y'all just okay, the Valley Girl was not planned. Everybody came in, started speaking Valley to me, and I just fucking lost it.
What's the prize?
God, we wanted to like Ren. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decided this.
I was just like, oh my god.
Jason sounded the most like Ren, but I couldn't fit. I knew it wasn't Ren, but I couldn't pick anything else for Ren.
The fucking deep laugh.
God.
All right, let's go ahead and do like, ooh, yo, hello. Would you like to reveal yourself? Oh.
Hi. Am I
Yeah.
back?
There you go. There you
Also, Ari, the reason why I took a pause was because you said the name, but I was looking for like the name of the ghost, so I was waiting for Hello Kitty Ghost and not hi.
Oh shit!
I just checked my name.
Since you went Disneyland go, so I was like, oh.
Exactly.
Oh, actually, oh shit, you're right.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, guys! Like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh well, hello, Christmas Ghost. How are you feeling tonight, Chiro?
I'm feeling high.
Oh god!
Can you see my hair? I want to flip my hair.
Could we get much higher?
Can we get much as a major question?
Oh god. Fucking Chiro came walking into the interview and I was just like, oh god. I was like,
You're
okay.
that. And giant.
Oh my god. All right.
God.
Thank you, Chiro. And then we have, all right, Killer Ghost. Hello, Killer Ghost. Would you like to reveal yourself?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hello, Zane.
Hello.
There you go.
I'm supposed to be Dazai Ghost or something.
Oh my god.
Dazai Ghost. Oh my god, Dazai, is that you?
Dazai? Zane Dazai?
Have you
Zane Dazai.
Oh my god.
Okay, all right, and finally, Storm for 3 out of 3, the only one. 3 out of 3. Ren, would you like to reveal yourself?
That's impressive. Not gonna lie.
Storm, you scare me.
Ren.
Yeah.
Hello,
Ren.
Ren. Hi, Ren.
What's up?
What the hell?
How'd you know, Storm?
Oh my god. Yeah, how?
Honestly, it was just a blind guess at that point. All of you
What
were
the
screaming,
fuck?
"Oh my god!" and I was just like, "Oh god!" I just find it like, "Oh my god!" sounds the most like Ren.
Oh.
Which one sounds like a Ren? And I was like, "Fuck it, this one."
Fuck it, this one.
You were right. God damn.
Blind pick.
Literally blind picked the correct one. All 3
Yes.
out of 3. That is
Love
actually
look
insane.
shown.
Holy shit!
Big patchy, you know? Like,
Hey,
red.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
can't believe I've
it's
again been scammed by Valley Girls.
Not
I can imagine.
not only
This
a
happens
Storm.
far too often. I'm gonna deal with this.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bad. Terrible.
10 out of 10. All right. Otsukaresama deshita. Woo! Oh my god. Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys all had a fun time with this. I hope you
I had fun.
enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for literally helping me scam everybody. Apparently it didn't work on Storm, but you know what? That's okay.
Hey,
Now you know, Storm
Hey.
cannot be
just a
scammed.
genius.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
The
Damn.
unscammable.
The
The
unscammable.
unscammable. Actually.
Yeah.
Literally,
Too
actually
long.
unscammable. I cannot believe it. SMH. All right, but thank you guys for literally like dealing with my scuffedness. We had a dry run
Don't worry,
actually
the
when we were
scuff
supposed to
is
do
part
it,
of the charm.
and then I fucked up.
I said we had a dry run.
You did.
Dry run.
Yeah.
we had a dry run, and then it,
Dry run. I didn't participate in any of this. I didn't know where the
That's
changing
fair.
room was.
Oh, that. Oh.
Well,
Luffy. I think. Wait, I thought I told you. Oh wait, no, I told Chiro. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, you told
Oh,
me.
my
I'm so sorry. I told Chiro. I thought I told Sensei. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
To the manager. Like, oh my
You
god.
just speak to the manager. No.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you are the. I'm pretty sure Ori is the manager. So.
Yeah,
Time to take down
Where is
the
the manager?
Time
what
for
are,
riot.
excuse you.
Revolution.
No.
Viva la revolution!
Viva la revolution!
Hey, riot!
No, no tyranny, no tyranny, no, stop it! Oi, 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 oi. Okay, all right. Well, I guess that's it. All right, thank you guys for coming. Well, actually, we have one more as we dissipate here and I get ready to actually show my 2.0 model. Oh my god, wow. We're gonna play Belle's interview.
You're gonna play Belgian interview,
No. I edited it. I have to play it now.
Edited it.
All right.
I'm gonna eat.
Okay.
from
Thank
here.
you guys for coming.
Very
Storm, I will
important.
message you about your gift. But thank you guys. Bye. Bye. Leave. Be gone, thoughts. Bye. 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 Okay, I'm gonna leave as well. Let me go ahead and exit this first so that no one can see what my desktop looks like.
Be gone.
No, shut the fuck up, Jason.
If it's as unorganized as the stream, it's gonna be a mess.
Okay, alright. Someone fucking played my 1-2. I heard that. Whoever the fuck did that, fuck you too. I heard that. Motherfucker. Okay, alright. Okay, we're gonna play Belle's interview. We're